What's up, YouTube? This is James with the Tolerance Break. I've decided this week's video is going to be about what last week's video was supposed to be about, dealing with life without weed and the changes it brings out in you. For a lot of people, when you stop smoking weed, that you fall into other habits that you may have had before smoking weed. I chose to talk about my change in relationship with alcohol, but I never really had a relationship with alcohol, so that video was kind of a non-issue for me. Where this week I'm going to talk about my changes in my relationship with gambling, which has always been my real vice throughout the years. I started gambling at a young age, around 10 years old. Gambling kind of runs in my family. I probably started gambling before that. We would have a New Year's party every year where we would play this game called Tripoli, and it was a 10-cent. Every bet was 10 cents, and that's kind of my introduction to gambling. And I've been gambling ever my whole life, kind of, when I think about it. I won my first poker tournament when I was 10 with neighborhood friends, and I've been playing Tonk. I don't know if many people aren't familiar with Tonk, but it's like a 5-card version of Rummy, where it's basically a money game where you're playing as many hands as you can to play for money. It's usually, when I was growing up, we played 50-cent dollar, so you just played a lot of hands and money exchanges very quickly. And then once I got older, around 18, I started going to this poker room in my town with my sister, where it was like a $25 buy-in, $25 rebuy, and there was a lot of people there. There was about 7 to 10 tables every Friday, so you could win upwards to $3,000 if you won the whole tournament. I never won the whole tournament. I probably came in third, was my highest rating, but I just love gambling. I don't really care about money so much. I just like playing a game in which people take it seriously. Where they have something at stake that they care about and they want to win, and when you defeat them, you feel accomplished in some way. And lately, since I have stopped smoking marijuana, I've fell back into gambling a little bit. I've been thinking about it a lot more. I've even gone so far to deposit some money into a poker site that is based in Europe. I've uninstalled it since I've deposited that money and lost that first deposit, because I feel a downward spiral coming that has haunted me in the past. Online gambling is very dangerous. I am lucky that when I was about 21, the United States banned online gambling, and I probably lost, from the age 18 to 21, I probably lost $5,000 to $6,000 online gambling, and that's what I did all the time. I love gambling. And once I started smoking weed when I was around 23, I kind of fell out of gambling a little bit. It helped me not think about it. I've kind of attributed that to weed, because there was a correlation there. Once I started smoking weed, I started gambling far less. I've never fully quit gambling, but I have gambled far, far less since I started smoking weed. And since I've stopped smoking weed, I've thought about gambling far, far more. And I've even gone out of my way to deposit into an online uh, site to play, and not based in the United States. I mean, I normally wouldn't do that, but with COVID going on, I can't go to the casino, and I would have already gone to the casino. Probably my first or second week in, I would have gone to the casino. And that's really what the last video was about, replacing one drug with another. Gambling, I would consider my downfall drug, my thing that I'm willing to torture myself with, and under the guise of enjoyment. And so this video is about confessing and accepting my addiction to gambling, and how without it's a struggle, and I'm going to be struggling with it in this upcoming tolerance break, um, without weed. Weed, I believe, would help me in this current time to not gamble, but I need to face the gambling addiction without weed. And that's partly I see as an important stepping stone for this blog, is accepting my flaws, that I may have dulled or masked with my marijuana use. Some people some people want to drink, or some people want to get fucked up, and the weed will help them not do heroin, or not do crack, or not drink an excessive amount of alcohol every day. And for me, it helped me not gamble all my money away all the time. I really don't know what else to say in this video. This is a tough video for me to make, because accepting that you have a problem is tough, and talking about it is tough, but it's just the way it is. If I want to stop myself from doing it, I have to admit it and accept it. That's the first step, they say. So appreciate anybody that's tuning in for the first time or again. This has been a episode of the Tolerance Break. If you have any questions for me, or any suggestions for what the next video should be about, please leave them in the comment section below, and I promise I'll get to it. I promise I will. You guys have a good night, and see you next week.